No, will you look at this? During the next turn, we found the Eee Consortium. I think that might just be contact with all players in this game now. I don't have to count. There's 7 of us, 6 other players than me. At the very other edge end of the map here. Looks like it paid off that we sent our scouts out to discover systems as far away as possible. So people that are that far away, I would be inclined to try and ally or trade with. Alright, gift got sent. We discovered a new system there, made of funeral designs. A long message about losing a ship that I'm not gonna read right now. Here's a gift from our empire. Yeah, that's the new gift. Build 3 colonizers, one of the weapon platforms on our homeworld. And Remus is being stripped mined, and all the Remans are going to live in Squalor. Is that how you pronounce it? Squalor? Squalor? Moderately archaic word about bad conditions. It's only tiny, but all the mines do what? 2 pollution points. The yard does 5 pollution points, and pollution does actually scale with planet size. I don't think it's worth putting a climate control facility or anything there. Though on a planet this small, I'd rather have an extra facility here. They're just gonna have to live with being on a shit planet. Feels appropriate for Remans. Maybe I'll put a lot of police troops there to keep them in line. That also feels Romulan. Okay. Homeward build our colonizer for rock. We've gotten the system here discovered. There's a huge breather for carbon dioxide with great mineral values. An ice and a rock, tiny. 2 moons of this one actually, that are immediately breathable. You are what? An ice colonizer. I think you found your target. There's one more warp point down here, okay. That was the rock one, that's the ice one, yes. So let's optimize this guy's flight path a little bit. If you try and go there, start, then go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 to colonize, so I have like 3 moves to spare. I'll just try and go there for now. Oh. I guess we don't need that. That little, like there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 to colonize. Good. This one only has 9 speed, so that's perfect. There's still an unexplored warp point here, so who knows what we'll get down there. Okay, yeah, that's still going to be some time. Our first Intel center is actually outputting Intel now, and yes, we've discovered 6 alien races, so we have made contact with everybody in the game now. I could go and try an Intel or espionage him. I think espionage empire-wide would be the best. Put most points in there. Does the research or the comparison screen say you have anything yet? No, we have like 1 Intel center each. That's it. Nobody else has anything yet. That might change relatively quickly though. So our southern neighbor has 7 planets, 8 ships, 60 units, 17,000 resources, 1100 research points. That's pretty standard. He was the one that I believe killed some resource collection facilities on his home world for more research points. Which is valid, I suppose. Okay, let's take a look at the Eee Consortium played by Quok. Comparisons wise, we already know he has 9 ships right now, 7 planets. He has relatively few tech levels. That typically means that people take something relatively targeted and specific, shoot for some higher level techs that are more expensive instead of getting more lower level techs. Typically means they have a more of a game plan. It says he has a couple of frigates, a space station, colony ships out, numbers of troops and fighters. Why does he have troops? Does he have happiness problems, or does he actually want to invade someone? He did a little bit of outgame roleplay, and the descriptions for his turn uploads that said that he had taken ancient race or made it look like it. So maybe he's trying to, or was trying to invade somebody relatively early. I guess I'm safe because I'm at the other end of the map, but some other people might not be. Technologies. Construction 2, Physics 2, Small Ship Construction 7. Oh, so he's gotten max small ships. Oh, he also has large ship construction 1. With max small ships, I'm expecting fast destroyers that are relatively slot efficient, even if they won't have the biggest weapon combat mounts. Vehicle system 7. That's an odd one. Why in the world would you take maximum level vehicle systems? Or high level, I'm not sure if that's max or what max is there. Iron engines 1, that's certainly not right because you need at least iron engines 3 to be able to research contra-terrain engines, which he has at 4 or possibly 5. I have a little sheet I can consult on that. How fast would his destroyers go with max level contra-terrains? Oh, where are you here? Not gonna show it real quick, but with max level contra-terrains, his destroyers would have a speed of 9 by default. If you add a solar sail and possibly the speed trade onto it, that could go up to 12. So then here's a couple of levels in shields and armor, higher levels in sensors as well. Unfortunate, won't be able to fool this guy with my stealth platings either. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's only one guy who would not be able to penetrate my stealth sensors, my stealth platings with just the basic sensors. Level in organics, and then a couple levels in energy stream, point defense, APBs, yes. Good all-rounder weapons. Alright. My combat ships, these hawks, have 11 movement speed. Because they also get 9 movement speed. No, they in fact only get 8 movement speed from the iron engines at max level. But I get +1 from the movement speed trade and +2 from the sail. But does our new friend, the E here, have the racial speed trade? Let's look. Yes, he does have the additional movement point. This ship's got at least 10 speed if he does not have any solar sails. And I didn't see solar harnessing or what the tech field was called in the tech list earlier. He does have ancient race and he has a lucky. He has physical weakness and research point increase. And he's scientist, so he got even more research points. In addition for a little less accurate weapons. That's a good deal. Especially if you use missiles. But it looks like he's using APBs. Government is democracy, which I believe, buffs his research point generation even more. So he has a plus 25% research point increase. Intel's down a little, loyalty is down a little. That's weakly towards a different. Yeah, but I'm not seeing solar harnessing in here at all. We might have 10 speed destroyers for his combat ships. I mean, right now the estimates say that he doesn't have any destroyers at all, was using frigates instead, but they have the same speed table as the destroyers. And that, well, functionally there's not that much difference for countering frigates or destroyers then. We're more talking about what he can build instead of what he has right now. But that probably won't matter all that much anyway, since he's on the other side of the map. So, he's gas carbon dioxide. Here we have carbon dioxide from our friend and ally, the Twilight Imperium. Actually, does his tech say, yeah, he has rock and gas colonization, probably just missing ice from the Varians. What could we want to trade with him? I mean, just getting a trade treaty up and getting a little bit more resource would be nice. We don't need migration. We could try and trade some techs from him. Looks like he might have sensors techs on me. Don't necessarily want APBs. Counter-terrain engines would be something. Vehicle systems is weird. Small ship construction might be something we're interested in. Otherwise, it doesn't really look like we have anything. Or he has anything that I want or we might want. Mostly just the bigger small ships and the engines my ally is taking anyway. Okay, let's look at our own empire report again. We are an oligarchy and we're mechanics. I thought for a moment that we were berserkers and also had the trade penalty for some reason, but no, we are mechanics and have the maintenance decrease. So it would be advantageous for us to make a trade treaty. So let's send him a message. Trade pact. And just put in some research percentage. Not going for max right now. Well, that's mostly cosmetic. If we decide we want more, we can do that. But it's going to take a long time to actually go up to that percentage anyway. Alright, let's look at other relations. He has a treaty with the Slurpano Raiders, which also have a new... Actually, I think I discovered this before, that they had a treaty in place. But does anybody else have treaties yet? No. Okay. The trade with our ally, the Twilight Collective, has gone up to 1.8% now, which amounts to an entire 400 minerals, which is really just not much. Okay. Okay, we have this long ass message to look at. And I thought we finished a refining facility or something, because the refining deficit was down. Okay, to Emperor Zeb, we wish to express our deepest regrets at the loss of your colony ships. An unfortunate and unintended incident. Should have sensed the presence of a ship on the hex he was heading into. As our movement logs clearly indicated, our ship entered that hex first on a planetary surveying mission. I didn't actually check the movement log if he was going there intentionally waited for me, Of the ship was just moving and I just happened to fight on the planet I wanted to colonize. Regardless, in diplomacy, I am going to claim that it was intentional. Was your ship captain not acting prudently or professionally? Was your ship just not equipped with even the basic sensors? Yeah, ships can always detect right next to them. It would be on any long range. So junior unexplained crew mistake. Yeah, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they mistook my ship. Can be assured that we wish to coexist with the Romulan Empire. There may be greater threats out there. There are a lot of typos in these, but that is understandable because in these messages, in the message box, you can't just click into a random point of the text and change it anymore. We were talked about this a couple turns ago. So going back and fixing typos is a bit more annoying than it needs to be. Wish to coexist with the Romulan Empire. There may be greater threats out there, which may require combined attention. Advise that we suspect a recent contact with a bright green flag to be in possession of ship cloaking technology already. Who's a bright green flag? My ally? The Slorpy Raiders? I mean, I'm also taking cloaking. Physics 1 doesn't seem that way. Physics doesn't even get shown for this guy. Physics 2 might show as 3 or something for him. It's 4 for cloaking. Mystic was talking a bit in the outgame chat about cloaking, so maybe that's why he's scared. The player here, I believe it's Galaxy Cat, was also reading that. In which case, he does not know that I am allied with Mystic yet, and it should stay that way. Not really going to advertise around of the fact that we decided to forge an alliance, especially as I've been role-playing as well as a xenophobic Romulan empire that just came out of phase of isolationism. Okay, did he attach anything to this message? No, it's just a general message. How do we want to respond to that? Well, the fact of the matter is that I don't really know what he has yet and where he is yet. Where he is exactly. Combined with the fact that I'm not really scared of him and want to expand downwards, I think I'm going to take a more aggressive stance. So I really need to have more colonizers and more ships flying southwards. Okay, you are going to colonize one of these worlds there. Have enough pop so you can just grab. Same for you, you also colonize a moon. Actually I ran across an E colony down here. See what's on it? Newly colonized, nothing on it yet. Just as well as this one. What does he have in here? Cargo base, fighters. He has 3 fighters with small APPs on here. Just to defend his colony ships or to defend the colonies. Defend the colonies, he just has cargo base on here, no launch bay. So since he's... I don't actually see any fighters on this one, only in this colony ship, so since he has this colony defender but not this one, I could try and raise this one, set him back a little bit, but I don't think that's worth the relations hit. So I'm just going to, oh, and I don't know if this laser works anyway, but just 50%, 56% damage, or if it's already disabled. So I'm just going to go fly around and try and get more intel on them. Alright. Let's try and find a planet down here somewhere. A warp point down here somewhere. Was it a little up? Yes. Oh, here. Oh, yeah. That is. Found it immediately. Okay. Gonna take 2 turns. Probably spend your second turn exploring a little more of the system. Tries to go down 2 hexes there right away. It's fine, I guess. Also, it looks like it's trying to avoid this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 to jump through. Okay, so he's using all his movement. Good. Ship finish on a homeworld. Load it up with people. And send it down here somewhere. Actually, just send it here. And we can decide what to do with it later. Send it there. We'll send it there. And 5 turns from now we can decide whether we want to have it go through there or go south. Everybody else should be busy. Actually, that planet up here that we colonized for the ruin is going to be finished next turn. But it was an emergency build, so we could get all the stuff out faster on this tiny dome colony. Just a spaceport in the Atmod plant. We don't even need the spaceport since we're not producing anything in the system yet, but we're gonna colonize all the rest of the planets eventually. You could just build units. Some fighters, build some mines or something. You know, the systems here are claimed by my ally. And up here, there's just so many dead systems. Nothing in the system either. There isn't much reason to build hardware here. Could build police troops. So try and get the population happiness up, but I don't need to. Conditions are fine. And again, it doesn't produce anything anyway. Could build weapon platforms to distribute later. Just the same as I could build fighters. Oh wait, I have a better idea. We have now finished all our tech transfers, haven't we? Yeah, we sure have. Let's build a drone. Drones can fly anywhere. Drone. Large. Saves 25% on maintenance cost. Small drones get 30 to accuracy. These only get 20. We're gonna use missiles anyway. Combat drone. 2 ion engines. Combat thruster. Oh, has to go on the outside as well. There's not a lot of space. So I guess we'll put it down there and put the engine there. And 2 plasma missiles and a bomblet. Can we put one of these on the inside, perhaps? Oh, we sure can. Maybe put one of the missiles on the inside. And then a little bit more ordnance storage so this thing doesn't run out of ordnance. Although plasma missiles do not only require ordnance, but also a lot of supplies. Only one bomblet, but it's a max tech level bomblet. 150 space, 150 range in space here. Should be fine against most targets. Right then. Do end up using that second layer and just put in a second armor ordnance capacity thingy. It needs 6 times as much supplies. The plasma missiles need 6 times as much supplies, and this is like 3 times as much supplies as ordnance. Even if the bombard missiles shoot a bunch. Maybe it would be better if we were to put it more supply storage. Get 100 ordnance or 250 supplies on one of these small cargo components. No, with actual resupply components, it's resupply tech cargo is actual cargo base. Might want to consider putting in an ECM in here, but you should stay well out of range of anybody else. It's gonna be a brain sucker. What do you call a Romulan drone ship? Oh, it's time to find that Romulan design names file again. Where was it? Wave balance mod empires Romulans. Was there one here? Well, AI design names. What looks like it would be a name for a drone? Is that Malfadon? Yeah, it's the name of a company that made this game. Or a Raven, it's more like a ship for a name for a bigger ship. Talons. Warbirds. War sparrows. Shrike is also a name for a Romulan ship established in some other game. Raptors. And there's just these random Roman sounding names in here. It's called a Nero class missile drone, sure. Your strategy is most definitely not optimal range, but maximum range. And break formation. Design type. Drone. Seeker. Alright, let's sim this. Our ship with 2 missiles and 1 bomblet versus the drone. Drone costs 450 minerals, the ship costs 900, twice as much, and they have the same armament. Looks like the single bomblet is enough to take down the 2 plasma missiles that they each shoot at each other. Drone has no defenses, the destroyer here has only a minimal armor plate. Oh, looks like he hit something. No, looks like they both hit each other because they ran out of supply for the bomblets. Okay, so I'm fine with just keeping 1 bomblet in and having 2 missiles. Good. Let's simulate this against the ship of my ally here. Oh yes, he's upgrading his ships every turn. Or has been upgrading his ships about every turn. What's even the difference between these two? We got a level of sensors in there. That's a scout drone. That's his combat drone. He has opted for 1 missile, but 2 point defense units. And he's got more armor and he's got that ECM. We're up further. There we go. This is his missile with his drone. The lower one is mine. Nope. There it goes. It wasn't able to defend against both missiles. But it looks like I also took a shot. Well, that might just have been from the bomblet missiles. Can bomblet missiles shoot drones? I'm pretty sure they can. Yes, they can target other drones. Okay, then I'm happy with this design. Good. We probably also want a scout drone. Replace our scout frigates. We'll make this a small one. I mean, the solar collector should be more than enough. 11 movement. You don't get to have solar sails, but 11 speed is just as good as my other explorers. 11 means you need 55 supplies per turn, and is definitely able to cover that. With 50 kilotons left. One the sensor. One the scanner. And we also want a scanner jammer. We don't need the jammer. What else would put in here for 20 kilotons? A bomblet. Stealth plating. Stealth plating. But as we've discovered, the stealth plating level 1 isn't really going to protect us against much of anybody, so maybe it would be better if we just put a bomblet in. Defend ourselves against missiles and drones and fighters. It's not going to be able to fire for very long on just the 50 units of ordnance it has. 25 seconds of sustained fire is all it has. Don't really need the scanner jammer, don't need the combat sensors and the like. If you're just using a seeker, anti-seeker weapon. What do we call this thing? It's consult or list. There's something like illuminator. No, but we can just call it that. We come up with the name ourselves. Okay. Set to run away. Design type drone recon. No drone exploration, no drone scout, just drone recon. I think for ships there's a difference. Explorer, recon, scout. And this one is at 314 minerals cost, quite affordable. Still less in radioactives. Compare this with our explorer ship that costs 800. Admittedly, our explorer ships also has other capability as that laser on it. So it can take down targets for opportunity. Not that that has happened to us yet. Alright, then let's build some ships down here. Some drones up here. How many are you going to be able to build in 4 turns? Not 8. Okay, just 5 then. So that should end just when the emergency build runs out. And then we can, once they're done, start flying them down in a group somewhere. Or we could split them up. Right now everybody's just having individual ships. Good. Do the first general purpose military units here. Everybody else was busy. Research, still gonna take a while for the cloaks. Cloak prerequisites even. Until we put a first points on espionage. Resource situation otherwise fine. Did we send him something this turn? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I think we might have sent him something last turn, but not this turn. I think he doesn't need it anymore either. I'm gonna have to talk with him out of game what his resource situation is like now. All right. Right, there was still the big ass message. I'm not gonna reply to this in game. Or am I? I don't really want to make a treaty with him, but Uh, maybe I can try and make a treaty with him that still would allow me to attack him if we don't take non-aggression. I don't want migration, obviously. Put in something that doesn't matter, like communications channels. No, I have communications with everybody now. I don't want him to be able to talk to everybody. Okay, since we are still trying to found colonies down there, let's make it seem like we are interested in relations without actually committing to anything yet. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so my angle is that the Romulan Empire needs to re-expand into its natural borders. And did he say that he was claiming that system as his? I could try and coax some system maps out of him to get an idea of where he is. Yeah, maybe let's do that. So start with the grand opening yet again. I love doing this. Actually, it will say message from the Romulan Empire. Missive from the Romulan Star Empire. Then in all caps, that might look a little bit silly. Oh well, I'm not the one who has to read this, right? We of course condemn the loss of our civilian. So civilian cognition. Yes, yes, yes. Or hostile neighbors, but should I say or other hostile neighbors, so he doesn't feel like I'm speaking to him. The duty of the Romulan Star Empire to re-expand into its natural borders to thwart any aggression from our other hostile neighbors. If you wish to, let's not say that I would accept any claims of his. Make your claims known. Submit your system maps. I would say star charts because that sounds fancier, but I'm pretty sure the treaty element or the gift element is called system maps. So you submit your system maps to show where you're Yeah, just submit your system maps. To us as a base of negotiations. Because I really want to know where he is. If he's in the corner, or if he's more in the center, or if he's right here in this around these systems I've already seen. I need more intel on where he is. That's just all there is to it. And I don't think there will be any negotiations as long as he's the only neighbor I have with whom I'm not allied. But he doesn't know that yet, does he? Should I send him some vague threat about not going upwards in the galactic northwest? Hmm. And Recon Talk sounds so level-headed, like I'm acknowledging him as an equal or anything. But he should give something to me as payment for shooting down my colony ship. I try to make it seem like he should give me his system maps because he needs to repay me for the loss of my colony ship. Hmm. It sounds a bit archaic, but weird. If you wish to have peaceful relations, dramas after this incident, yes. Put a little bit of pressure on him. Okay, that does not at all address that I've also proposed him a trade. Uh, Good. Okay. And that's it for this turn. Turns are starting to take longer. The game's starting to get rolling. I like it.